maybe you've started investing into funds, but you're not quite sure if you're doing it right and you don't know how to compare them. Let me just try and explain in simple terms. There are a few different types of fund. And now let's focus on equity funds just to be specific. Now, equity funds are either actively managed or passively managed. Active, really quite straightforward. You have a fund manager who is there trying to pick or build a winning strategy because they believe they've got an edge over the market. And when we say the market, typically we refer to kind of the S&P 500 returns. If the S&P 500 is delivering, let's say 10% a year, they're trying to at least beat that. Okay, and that's what you're paying for. A passively managed fund is just going to take an index and copy it. Could be the top 100 firms in the US done by size. And then your fund effectively is just copying that piece of information. Sometimes businesses will pay you a share of their profits, and this is called a dividend. Now, the dividend is either paid out to you and it's called income, or the dividend is paid out to the fund grabs it and then reinvests it back into your position. So actually you are kind of investing a bit faster, if you will. And that's quite nice sometimes because you know, without thinking about, oh, what am I going to do with that dividend payment? It just goes back into the fund. Third, and this is a critical one, purification. How are you going to deal with the topic of purification? And fourth, okay, I know I said the other one's really critical, but this one equally is as critical, fees. Now, they will charge you fees. What happens is when you invest into a fund, they invest basically all of your money. However, they leave a little bit in terms of cash. You won't see it, but they will remove your fees from that cash. So what they do is they calculate the fee. Let's say it's 1% of however much you've invested, divided by 365, and they'll take it out a day at a time. And it can get slightly more complicated as you invest more over time, but basically that's how your fees are taken. They're not upfront, they're just gradually taken every single day, so much so that you won't even feel it. However, 1% or 0.5% difference over a long period of time can make a significant impact.